ever have one of those weeks where you feel like your whole professional life is just a roll of the dice? Some days you're an absolute superstar, and the next, you just can't seem to get anything right. Well, what if I told you it's not bad luck? And it's not a lack of skill either. There's a hidden force at play, a culprit behind the scenes. And today, we're going to unmask it. I mean, think about it. That project that took you, 2 hours last week? Suddenly, it eats up your entire day. That report you absolutely aced last month gets kicked back with a dozen corrections this month. These aren't just random misfortunes. No way. They're all symptoms of a single, powerful problem that is secretly steering your success or your failure. So, what is this unseen enemy that's quietly sabotaging your career? Well, it has a name. And in the world of process improvement, specifically this methodology called Six Sigma, all of this chaos, this total unpredictability, it gets boiled down to one single concept. That word is variation. That's it. It's the inconsistency, the unpredictability, that chaotic wind that makes your performance feel so unstable. And why does this matter so much? Because in the professional world, that instability, it's the silent killer of your reputation. Here's the thing you absolutely have to get. Your boss, your clients, your whole organization, they value predictability above almost everything else. Seriously. A steady, reliable pace is so much more valuable than these occasional, unpredictable bursts of genius that are followed by mysterious slumps. Inconsistency just creates chaos, and you know what chaos costs? Money and trust. So how do we fight back against this enemy? Well, the first step is kind of surprising. It's not about declaring an all-out war on fluctuation. Instead, we need to embrace it, to really understand it. The goal isn't to become some robot, churning out identical results every single time. It's to become a true master of your own process. Look, every single process in the universe has some natural, built-in variation. Trying to eliminate it completely isn't just impossible, it's the wrong goal entirely. The real goal, the professional's goal, is to get it under control, to tame it. So how do we know what under control even looks like? Simple. We listen to the voice of the customer, or what we call the VOC. And your customer could be anyone, your boss, another department, an actual client. Their requirements, their needs, that's what defines the acceptable limits for your work. They're the ones who set the boundaries of what a good performance actually is. And this is the perfect way to think about it. Picture your work like you're driving on a highway. The voice of the customer sets the lane markers. You've got some room to drift a little side to side. That's just natural variation. But a good driver never ever hits the guardrails. Your job is to stay consistently within that lane of acceptable quality. Okay, so if our job is to stay in that lane, we also have to become pretty good mechanics, right? We need to learn how to diagnose the different kinds of bumps in the road because how you react depends entirely on what kind of problem you're actually facing. See, variation isn't all the same. It really comes in two distinct flavors. On one side, you have common cause variation. Think of this as the normal, expected static in the system. You know, that 5-minute traffic difference on your daily commute. But on the other side, you have special cause variation. This is the unexpected event, the sudden road closure, your internet going out, a software crash. You absolutely have to learn to tell them apart. And here's why that difference is so critical. The number one mistake professionals make is something called tampering. It's when you treat a common cause, a small natural fluctuation, like it's some huge special event. You overreact, you change your whole process for no good reason, and in doing so, you actually make things worse. You literally increase the variation. So, if the biggest mistake is overreacting, what's the right thing to do? What does elite, truly professional performance actually look like when it comes to variation? Well, that question brings us to the gold standard of process quality, the Six Sigma standard. The way we measure all of this is with something called standard deviation, and it's represented by the Greek letter sigma. Now, don't worry about the math, just know this. It is a direct measurement of your consistency. A big standard deviation means your performance is all over the map. A small one means you are rock-solid reliable. This slide shows it perfectly. On the left, you see a small deviation. See how the results are all tightly packed together? They're predictable, they're in control. Now look at the right. That is high variation. The results are scattered, they're chaotic, totally unreliable. Which one looks like the professional you'd want to hire? So what is the ultimate goal? What are we striving for? It all comes down to this one number, 3.4. A process that has reached a 6 Sigma level of quality is so unbelievably consistent, so controlled, that it produces only 3.4 mistakes for every million times it's performed. I mean, that is a mind-blowing level of precision. And that insane level of consistency, that is your true, irreplaceable competitive advantage. All right, let's bring this all together. How do you take this powerful concept and turn it into your own professional superpower? Okay, here it is, your path to mastery. This is how you turn this knowledge into power. First, you start by just accepting that variation is a fact of life. Then, you become a detective, and you learn to spot the difference between the common noise and the special events. Armed with that knowledge, you stop tampering. You stop overreacting to the small stuff. Your new focus becomes actively shrinking that standard deviation and making consistency, not speed, not flash, but pure, unshakable reliability your defining professional trait. Because in the end, that's the choice this knowledge gives you. You can keep on being a laborer, just thrown around by the chaotic winds of fate, or you can become a master of your process. So I'll ask you, which one are you going to be? And speaking of control, did you know that many of the so-called emergencies you work late to fix are actually a predictable part of a secret system running right there in your office? Next time, we're pulling back the curtain on the biggest lie in the workplace, the hidden factory. See you then.